From Lalate headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons Lalate.
It's a big afternoon of Afternoons LA with incredible great details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In today's recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why you're likely to get more months of checks from the Democrats. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. Everyone will be looking at you from front and behind because, boy, there's a lot of checks coming to your hand. And if you're a Purple Hawk, you're going to be pouncing with these checks from the fourth stimulus recon. I'll go over all the incredible checks in the second half of this video. Then we cut to the deliciousness of the push from Purple Power and a major player for the fourth stimulus recon checks, monthly stimulus checks, and I'll have all the incredible details about what you can do to get this out the door. And then yesterday you met her. Guess what? You meet her friend today as well. Yesterday you met Calendar Colleen. Well, guess what? She has some dates, and who are they with? Calendar Cod. If all this and more as we go into a big afternoon's broadcast starting right here, right now, direct from Santa Monica. Mark your calendar. This is Afternoons Lalate. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me on a beautiful day. Hope the weather is good where you are. It is a gorgeous day here in Santa Monica, California, as we go into your fourth stimulus recon of 2021. We'll go over those monthly stimulus checks and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people, and the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. Then we're going to go to the major movements between this channel and Bernie Sanders, as he now gets our support to get those MSCs out the door. I'll have the world exclusive you're only hearing on this channel. And then, of course, it's time to mark your calendar because Calendar Colleen is back. And guess what? She's been on some dates. And what are those dates with? Calendar Cod. I'll have all the latest details and the incredible details. But first, if you haven't signed up for those LA alerts, you need to do so. It's at news.la.com/alerts. Put your name and email address in there, and then you're confirmed to go. You'll be able to not miss a date when it happens on this channel. But with that, let's rock and roll. And this is Lalate, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto, and then Evenings Lalate. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record for a reason. We're here getting people big sums of money and delivering you the breaking financial news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'll be with you all weekend long, and guess what? You're going to see in this recording that the legislators are working this weekend, so you need to stay with me because there's going to be a lot of breaking news this weekend as well. So like this video as well, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Let's get to those monthly stimulus checks, House versus Senate, Senate versus House, and what they're proposing. House Ways and Means proposing a monthly stimulus check, and that number of months not delineated, nor the price tag of the check. They're also proposing a fifth stimulus check for next year. We have the American petition signed by millions of Americans demanding a monthly stimulus check of $2,000, but not saying how many months. We have Wyden, Sanders, and Warren calling for a monthly stimulus check. They do not say how many months, and they do not say the amount until later in this video, where I'll give you the world exclusive of what's happening with that. Then we have AOC and Omar calling for a monthly stimulus check of $2,000. They do not say the amount. They do not say the number of months, but they do say the amount. And then we have the House bill, which is $1,000 a month, not $2,000 a month. The first month only is $2,000 a month. It's $1,000 thereafter, pandemic plus 1 year. And that has been the one that has been the talk of a country, the talk of a nation. And I think you have an opinion. So jump in the live chat right now, vote House or Senate, and tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is. It's going to be beautiful weather all weekend long here in Southern California. So I hope you have good weather as well. And I send my deepest thoughts out to the people on the East Coast that have been really ravaged. Over 14 people died in New York and New Jersey overnight because of Hurricane Ida passing through the area. And a lot of viewers have lost power, lost outage. So I know you have been away. When you come back with us, we are here to greet you with open hands and arms. Who gets that fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that if you get a third stimulus check, you get a fourth stimulus check. Single individual, $75,000 or less. Democrats represent you get one. Married couple, $150,000 or less. Democrats represent you get a fourth stimulus check. Double it. Family of four. Democrats represent you get a fourth stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Democrats represent you get one as well. The fourth stimulus check is not income. It's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check will be the same amount for adult dependents and everyone else across the board. Finally, the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. So I know it is Labor Day weekend. If you go to the beach and the check walks up to you and starts waving frantically, don't get alarmed. It's not the US dollar check. It's the French check. Just a little bit friendly. And if it kisses you on both sides of the cheek, it's the Italian check. There you go. In the second half of this video, we'll go over the incredible great news about that fourth stimulus recon. Done deal, signed, sealed, $3.5 trillion of checks. But what are the legislators doing today? Breaking news you're going to hear only on this channel. They're working around the clock, and they're working this week, and I'll go over what they're doing in this incredible fourth stimulus recon. Then the world exclusive break 2 days ago on this channel. More about those details as Bernie Sanders staffers call upon this channel to give the support behind the senator, and we'll go over what's going on for that multiple stimulus check. It's incredible great news. But first, get a pen and paper ready because we're going to get big sums of money. We're going to get some rent, utilities, food, internet, and mortgage assistance starting right now. I had a viewer on the Afternoons LA show yesterday saying, is there any money for fourth stimulus available this week? No, but there's a lot of money available for third stimulus. You can get money this week, just like viewers last week did. Viewers this channel last week started the week with 0, but by the middle of the week, 3 of them had over 40,000. By the weekend, 1 had 80,000. If you've had a success story for rent, utilities, food, or internet that you got from this channel from watching me, send me on private message and I'll feature you live on air. And here are some of the recent success stories that came in the last few hours overnight. Kyra getting $17,000. Valerie getting $9,000. Then Dawn Rene getting $2,000 for rent, $300 for electric, and $180 for gas. And another viewer, Diane, getting $400 for SNAP monthly, which is a lot. That's about $6,000 a year. Wow. Now, Johnny is our real inspiration story. He's from a week ago today, a week ago last weekend. And what did he do? He had started the week at $0. By the middle of the week, he was at $40,000 with 3 items, but he didn't stop. He went and got 7 items by the weekend. Yes. And what did he get? $80,000. $80,000. Here are the breakdowns of the numbers he got. $12,000 for SNAP. He got EIDL, $10,000, $1,000, $2,000 for taxes. He got $21,000 for rent from one place and $25,000 for another place. Then he got $50 a month for internet and phone, bringing his grand total to $80,000. So today is your opportunity to be the next Johnny. Get that pen and paper ready because I'm going to get you some rent, some utilities, some mortgage assistance, some SNAP, and some more money on top of that. It's starting right now. The numbers that the viewers are getting from this channel for rent are really big. We're seeing now over $20,000 a person for rent routinely. We have probably over a dozen people getting those sums of money. Here you go. Wow. There we are. Elizabeth, a Purple Hawk. If you've not become a Purple Hawk, the link is under the video. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP, getting over $27,000, $25,000, $24,000, $22,000, $20,000. Then you just saw Johnny get $19,000 for SNAP, $9,000 for SNAP. $9,000 for utilities. So now you see the utility numbers are going bigger with Johnny at $9,000 and more viewers are getting big sums of money for that as well. For SNAP, wow, look at this. Great job. Louis getting $18,000 for this channel. But you're going to meet someone who got $19,000 and that number is now worth $25,000. Then we have Nancy and Nisi getting 3 items for this channel. Nancy at $32,000. Nisi, who was in the live chat last night, at $23,000. And then there's Mark with 2 items at $32,000. But Mark brings us 5 wonderful stories on top of that. Mark, yes, got 2 items at $32,000. But for 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, go get the other third item, which is SNAP. And it's a SNAP to get. Here come my fingers. Ow, that hurts. He got the third item. I gotta snap it really loud because otherwise you don't get the audio. He got that third item of SNAP. And he got in less than 5 days. Success story number one. Number two, he told his neighbor about this channel. Watch this kid, Lalate. Everyone's watching him. They're getting big sums of money. And I really appreciate this because there's no channel like this in America. No channel that's delivering you financial news 24 hours a day and getting viewers thousands of dollars every single day. I put personal attention to making sure you get this money. So that neighbor went from $0 to $20,000 of rent in less than 5 days. Not a strange, rare occurrence because it happened again last weekend. As Chanan, a member, Purple Hawk of 2 months, says that I told my friend about you, Elliot, and now she's addicted to your channel. Well, hello, friend. And she got $21,000 in that week. Wow. $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and $6,000 annualized for Snap. Third success story from Mark was that he got 3 items, but then we learned now that he has now gone back and gotten more items. I'll have more about that by the weekend. And finally, he got that Snap. How much do you think he got? He got a lot. He got $19,000 of Snap. And you're going to see in the third part in just a second that $19,000 is now worth $25,000. But even with that calculation, let's look at how much he got. $51,000 Mark got from this channel. And we're not there yet because look at Lorraine, who got over $106,000 as a viewer and Purple Hawk of this channel. If you haven't become a member, today is the big day to become a member because this is what we do. This is Lalate. In April of last year, I launched this channel because people had applied for that EIDL application, and their applications were stalled. They were not getting approved in what I call the vortex, the 330, the 331, the 48 vortex. Day after day, I got one after another approved, getting them $25 million of EIDL loans approved. Then, 3 days later, there was an application going live. Very confusing application. No one had ever seen this because it had never existed in the United States ever before. It was called PUA. It went live on April 28th in only 1 or 2 or 3 states, but I showed viewers in all the states how to get it. And eventually they got it, like Eileen Bellenkamp in Florida that was delayed. She got it 2 months later at $15,000. And Kevin Lee out of Texas. But now we're doing bigger sums of money across the board because we've been doing this since day one over the holidays. Second stimulus is not coming. Tyrone and his family of 4 got $16,000 of rent from me. I got viewers $250,000 of rent. Now is your day to get this big money. Is there 4th stimulus landing this week? No. I need money for 4th stimulus. Well, there's 3rd stimulus money available for you right now. Go get it. You're qualified for it. You're eligible for it. Get that pen and paper ready. We're going to get some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities starting right now. I'm going to show you some introductory comments first off the bat. Number 1, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. So do not just reach out to one and stop. Each place has their own eligibility, their own pot of money as well. So reach out to all of them. Number 2, it's important to understand that I'm going to say keywords. Those keywords you need to repeat when you call them up because it really helps get people approved. Number 3, every state has money. They're all dedicated the same amount of money based upon where you live. All right, here you go. You're going to reach out to your city hall, your city housing authority. That's number 2. Your state, your county hall, and your county housing authority. That's 4. And your state hall and your state housing authority. That's 6. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, rent or mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. That's all you do, and you're going to kill it. Go do it. Do it today. Pick up that phone and call. And congratulations to Johnny and Lynn, who got this money for rent and utilities as well, another Johnny. And let's turn to and if you got rent and utilities, post your success story in the live chat right now. Let's turn to the next pot of money, which is money for Snap. It's a Snap to get it. And Lynn Glenn got it for herself and her son, and her mom, Gail, got it as well. And Louie got $18,000. But Mark got $19,000. And yes, Mark's $19,000 will now be worth $25,000. What happened? It was 2 Saturdays ago when I delivered the breaking news live on air. The Department of Agriculture is increasing everyone's benefits lifetime automatically in October, an average of 25%. Lifetime. It's incredible, great news. So if you got money for Snap as well, post in the live chat right now. The next pot of the money that's coming back to you is the money from your states due to overpayment of unemployment benefits and a computer error. One of you got $3,000 for this. Another of you got $5,000. And guess what? This week, the federal government is probably very excited because while the federal government ordered the states also upgrade the computer systems, this week Microsoft announced that Windows 11 is coming in October. The first upgrade since Windows 10. The longest run of an upgrade is nearly 6 years. So states that are now running Windows 9 will have to upgrade because they're running the Windows 19. The Windows 19 1909 version when you start the computer by rubbing two sticks and stones together. The last spot of the money is the refund check coming back from IRS that you pay taxes on, that 2020 unemployment benefits you pay taxes on. Mark, got a cod, got it. How much you getting? Viewers are getting anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000. One viewer last week in 2000, Johnny got $1,800. Mark got $1,400. More about that in a second. This channel was launched for me to get you money, to help you learn and be informed and get breaking news 24 hours a day and exclusives about financial news, but also to help you get money. And the spirit of me helping you is embodied also in you helping others. So post your success stories in the live chat right now for rent, utilities, and food that you got, because when you do, you help other people. A lot of people just need that encouragement to pick up the phone and call, and they never realize that they need to just do this. Pick up the phone and just call. These are your monies to go get. It's available right now. Then the utilities, the numbers are huge. Don't be waiting for fourth stimulus. Get this money right now. It's lots and lots of money. Then Snap, when we look at Snap, it's a lot of money. A lot of people never heard of Snap till they found this channel. Like Larry Maui out of Maui. He's getting $6,000 annualized because of me. So pick up that phone and make that call. Congratulations also to Denise and Art Sullivan, who got 3 items, and they inspired countless of us to get 3 items, and now viewers are getting 7 items. More about that unemployment benefits. Where is it landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, go to irs.gov and do a transcript search. And 70% of the time it'll work. It'll reveal the check you paid, the tax return you filed, and the refund check you're getting back. It'll also reveal when is Mitch returning back to his clog dancing days. I just can't visualize that one. And there you go. Can we top that? Yes, as we go into the second part of this video starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. Your $3.5 trillion recon is a done deal. Let me explain to you what happened. A fourth stimulus recon passed both the House and Senate this last week, and that means there will be a recon, number one. It will be $3.5 trillion, number two, and it will be all checks for you. These are generally application-based checks, which means you call up the phone and ask for the money. Not that you fill out a 50-page application, but other than you just sit back and it lands in your hand, because a lot of these items are coming from different committees that don't know you need it until you tell them. There's a push underway to put stimulus checks in there on top of that, and that's in the final 15 minutes of this video, in addition to a detailed analysis of the type of application-based checks we're talking about. It's incredible great news. How do we get to this wonderful spot? By taking roads and bridges out of the recon and putting it into the bipartisan, now making both bodies of legislation passable. A conservative publication confirms my reporting. The higher the price tag was on the recon, the harder it was to pass. There you go. By allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon, roads and bridges put in the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. There you go. In other words, the recon was made passable by the bipartisan. The reason why you tune into this channel is because I deliver news 3 months ahead of time before it happens. I also deliver world exclusives here as well. I don't deliver news after the fact. And this is why you were prepared going into last week, because I had told you in the month of June, in the month of July, 2 months earlier, that the recon was going to pass. How did I know? Because the Democratic caucus had met House members and Senate members from the Democrats with the president to agree upon a recon and agree upon a price tag. Their talks resulted in them agreeing they're doing a recon, and that the recon will be $3.5 trillion of checks for us. So that when that vote happened last week, I said it was going to be a blink of an eye, and it was. I also told you the vote was going to happen on August 23rd, that Nancy Pelosi was going to have her staff order people back into town, and that the vote was going to happen within a matter of minutes and be done. Needless to say, elsewhere, people wanted to tell you there was going to be no vote to September, untrue. That they were going to be gone until September, untrue. That she wasn't going to call them back, untrue. And that the vote was never even going to happen when they were called back, also untrue. That's why you stay here, for the breadth of accuracy and the breadth of in-depth reporting. Now, let's go over what they had said going into the negotiations about that recon number. Bernie Sanders had asked for $7 trillion. He was ecstatic when the $3.5 trillion price tag was agreed upon, because he said this achieves everything that he needed. And that was a big number of $3.5 trillion. And that's why Representative Ilhan Omar, Democrat, Minnesota and progressive, and Representative Richie Torres, New York progressive Democrat, had said, we need a larger recon, and we need a recon that goes as big as bold as we want it. They got it. That's also why the president had told his caucus to protect the recon, because everything in there is checks for the American people. And that's what Jalopal was told by Biden going into the voting that passed in a blink of an eye. So what's a recon? What is a bipartisan? What is a recon procedural? What is a recon substantive? Let's go over all the incredible details starting right now. It's important to understand these details. In afternoons, or I think it was noontime, Lalate yesterday, someone said, well, if the recon procedure was passed, why don't we have the money yet? Because they haven't done the recon substantive. And that's why Larry Pringle absolutely kills it every day in the live chat, because he posts the incredible comments about recon substantive, showing the breadth of understanding by him and others. Let's go over what the two items are. We have two things to do: recon and bipartisan. Recon is your money. Recon procedure, bipartisan is not your money. Recon is also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill. Price tag 3.5 trillion. Also called the Democratic spending plan or progressive social reform plan. Bipartisan, roads and bridges, also called infrastructure. We had 3 bills to do going into last week. This week we only have 2, because tow truck passed over the finish line. The reconciliation procedural passed last week, leaving us with the tow truck to pick up the tow hitch, which is the recon substantive. And what does that mean? Let's go over all the analysis. Recon procedural is very basic. It says, are we doing this and what price? Yes, we are. So we're doing a recon at 3.5 trillion, and a committee is going to be given $10 for this for one subject and $20 to another committee for that item that they're spending on, and that's recon procedural. Done, deal, signed, sealed. So recon substantive then goes into the terms and conditions. Now that a committee has $10, how is that committee going to spend the money? And that's why Larry Pringle's comments were so great yesterday as a viewer of this channel on the live chat. He repeated back really even better than the way I say it, saying, Purple Power, you need to push, because they've agreed they're giving us the money. They agreed they're spending 3.5 trillion on us. But now they're going over the terms and conditions. You need to push to make sure they spend the money the right way. Very well said. Now, something you're hearing for the first time right now on this channel, breaking news, is that, as I have been telling you all last weekend and starting this week, that the House Democrats and the Senate Democrats are working on the recon substantive right now. They, yes, are not in session, meaning they're not voting, but they're actually caucusing amongst themselves day in, day out to get this done. There's a lot of reasons why, because they have to agree upon how to spend the money before they write how to spend the money. Writing how to spend the money doesn't come until after they've agreed how they're spending the money. And they're really going over all these incredible details. There's a lot of quotes published today, brand new quotes from Ron Wyden. Yes, he's the guy that always likes to give you lots of money. And certainly one of the 3 senators who says he wants to give you a monthly stimulus check. He talks about how they're trying to get a lot of this stuff done now because September is a very convoluted month. And and it's sort of like, it's sort of like a person who comes in the office on Sunday because they figure there's not a lot of chatter out there. They can get a lot of stuff done. That's sort of the notion of the quotes, that this is the opportunity to get a lot of these things done right now in caucusing so we can agree upon the provisions. And this is why it's huge, Purple Power. There's always someone who says, well, it's calendar calling. We'll get to it later. But there's always someone who says they're doing something in late September. No, the pivotal moments are right now. They have been since middle August, late August to right now, when they're changing the wording and the terms and conditions. So Larry Pringle's right on the money, which is now's the time to push. How do we get to this on the spot? By Jalopal writing Schumer a letter saying, chuck all the vote on the recon. That letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of 100 plus House Democrats, who recently wrote the president a letter saying we're putting monthly stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus recon. Can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Committee, yes, that one we talked about at the beginning of this video, said that they want to give you a monthly stimulus check. Now, yes, you got to push Purple Power, as we just went over, because now is when they're writing that recon substantive. So make sure you push. AOC and Omar said this, and then we had Wyden and Warren and Sanders saying this, and we have the House bill. Now is the time to push. Can we top that? Yes, we can. As Biden did it, he got a provision out of the fourth stimulus recon and put somewhere else. Now easier to do the recon. It's that global minimum corporate tax tax rate thing. It's now out of the recon. Make it easier. Write the recon easier. Vote on the recon easier. Pass the recon. Can we top that? Yes, we can. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video with more breaking news and world exclusives, and you're going to meet Calendar Colleen's date. Calendar Con. That and more. But can we top that? Yes. If you need help with rent, utilities, food, or internet, and you've gotten one item but can't get the rest, reach out to the volunteers. It's very critical you get the first item yourself, because forced stimulus will be all about you picking up the phone and getting items. So you need to be acclimated, used to, very comfortable with picking up the phone and asking for things. Once you've gotten one item, I don't care if it's $100, you've got one item, you're going to kill it under forced stimulus. Here's a little bit about the volunteers, and I'll be back with you in the final 15 minutes with the world exclusives about Bernie Sanders, your MSC, and the introduction of Calendar Con. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Late Daily for the excitement of the new LA Late live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LA Late at 9 a.m. Home LA Late returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late. And the excitement continues right now on Afternoons LA, direct from Santa Monica, with incredible great details heating up about your fourth stimulus recon of 2021. First, we'll be going over those monthly stimulus checks and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the big development details about one legislator who wants to give you those MSCs and is now asking for your support. I have all the world exclusive details in this recording. We'll go over what those recon checks are and what application-based stimulus means. And then we'll be going over what's happening this weekend and this week. A lot of deliciousness across the board. And then, yes, you've been wondering and waiting and wondering, where is Calendar Cod? That's not him. This is Calendar Cod. And he has a date because they track their dates with Calendar Colleen. I'll have all the latest details on what those two are doing. And boy, yeah, Calendar Colleen, I appreciate that. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you to hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. And no, that's not the next Mr. Bachelor. Yesterday, someone actually said to me, "Oh, that poor girl, you're making fun of her. That's really not her name, That's really not her name, Colleen. You know, that's stock footage, you know. That's really not, yeah, okay." And you know, there's actually not really a check that walks on the beach. You know, that's sort of, yeah, okay. All right. Sometimes I just sort of need Captain Obvious to walk through the set. Let's go over the, yeah, I just sort of thought people understood that. But, you know, do you mean there really was a check at the beach walking around? What did it look like? Yeah, okay. In this stimulus, which is the number 5, and it's stimulus. So make sure you understand that one. The ratio benefits up lifetime. Then we're removing the asset limit, add inflationary benchmark, removing the income exclusion, and removing the marriage penalty. Let's go over all the incredible details starting right now. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up lifetime. This is for stimulus. It starts in September. Out the door by October, November for a vote. First, they raise your benefits up lifetime. Then they apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark is inflation. Where's inflation going? It's going up. That means that way. Inflation's going up. And how high is it going to be? I say it's about 5%. So let's do the analysis. First, they'll raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark is inflation. And if it's 5%, your benefits will go up another 5%. Lifetime, which means how long you're alive. Not my lifetime, your lifetime. And there you go. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. They're going to remove the asset cap dating back to a 1980s law. This is, you know, have more than $3,000 in hand. That's going to go, and now you'll be able to have more than $3,000 on your hand. They're going to remove the income cap dating back to a 1960s law. Says you can't work and stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away. And love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest and calendar it. Calendar that wedding. And there you go. And with that, we go into the incredible, great news about what Purple Hawks are doing. Purple Hawks are killing it. And if you haven't become a Purple Hawk, what are you doing? The link to become a member is underneath the video. Join today because daily I deliver to the Purple Hawks a breakdown of all the big money under first, second, and third stimulus. Tens of thousands of dollars, 40s of thousands of dollars, and 80, 50, and 100,000s of dollars are being obtained by viewers of this channel, Purple Hawks, daily. This is real money. This is third stimulus. This is available right now if you need the money. This is a lot of it. Purple Hawks were launched by me in January this year. When a third stimulus was passed, it was a $1,400 stimulus check. I said, sure, $1,400. I can get you $14,000 from this third stimulus package. And now viewers are getting $40, $50, $80, $100,000. Consider becoming a Purple Hawk. The link is under the video today, and learn about all these incredible sums of money. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. First, we're going to go over that recon and what this means for you. Number one, there is a recon. It's done, and the price tag is $3.5 trillion. And it's all checks for the U. And this is the biggest payout of this channel. Because guess what? Look at all these big sums of money people getting a third stimulus that was this small. That was 80% for corporations. Fourth stimulus is this big, and it's all for you. But while all that $3.5 trillion currently is application-based, there's a push to put stimulus checks in there on top of that. More in a second. What is application-based stimulus? It means you have to pick up the phone call, meaning they don't automatically know you need things, like they don't know you need dental or vision or internet or food or you're an employee. They don't know automatically just because you're alive that you need a check for this. And it doesn't mean you fill out a 50-page application. It means you at least make a phone call. Here are some of the proposed items that are in that fourth stimulus recon. Proposed, not a bill yet, not a law yet. Free school meals for all checks, tax break checks, cheaper prescription medication checks. Then we have money for farming, checks for free internet, lots of checks for workers, independent contractors, checks for seniors, Medicare expansion, checks for dental, checks for vision, and checks for hearing care. Very simple to understand how this works because guess what? The checks that you have seen come automatically to you are coming from IRS, Department of Treasury. They know nothing about your teeth, your vision, your internet, your hair. They don't know anything about that. That money is in what's called committees. And that's what we talked about early in this video when we were talking about recon procedural and recon substantive. Those committees were given parts and portions of this $3.5 trillion. Now they're going over the details of how to spend that money on you. So when this becomes law, the committees will have the money for your, for example, dental or vision or internet. And you'll pick up the phone and call. That is why Seats for Stimulus is back on, baby. I brought it back on. Seats for Stimulus is a social media campaign launched by this channel in 2020, which basically said, spend the money the right way. We're taking your congressional seats. 6 House seats are up for grabs. And they, in fact, talked about this on the House floor last week, saying we better do the right thing or we could lose our seats. I think they're watching this channel. So that is what application-based stimulus is, and I'm really excited for Purple Hawks on this channel because if you've picked up the phone and gotten one item under third stimulus, then you've learned the task, you've learned the trait, you've learned the skill of picking up the phone and asking for money. That's what this will be. And it'll be a lot of it. It'll be a lot of different checks, and you're going to kill it, Purple Hawk. Just like how Johnny got 7 items. The 7 items were in 7 different places. He picked up the phone and got all of them. Now, let's go to the world exclusive, and then we're going to meet Calendar God. The world exclusive, of course, was delivered first on this channel 2 days ago. Let's back up, shall we? Let's back up to May, June, July, and August, in which I told you that the Democrats wanted to give you a multiple stimulus check. You already saw the graphic, all those people that wanted to give you a multiple stimulus check. Along the way, broadcast news reporters that are generally very lazy but very well-paid people never had the darn thought process to pick up the phone and call up a legislator and say, hey, are you doing anything about multiple stimulus checks? Rather, what they ran stories were about nothing, 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 haven't heard nothing, nothing. Incorrect, lazy broadcast news reporters. That's why people are turning off broadcast news reporters, because they don't do a good job. They generally are just very lazy and very well paid. What did it take? Picking up a phone and asking. That's what happened last weekend. A longtime viewer of this channel, Brother Joshua, and former wonderful, wonderful volunteer for the community page, picked up the phone, called and asked. He's not the first person who's called and asked on this channel. Several weeks earlier, WR called up the phone and called Chris Coons' office. Chris Coons, Senator, Democrat, Delaware, one of Joe Biden's own confidants, spoke to his staffer. And the staffer said, yes, Senator Chris Coons, Democrat progressive, Democrat senator, is working on drafting a multiple stimulus check provision when that recon substantive lands in the Senate. Done. Did anyone else care to pick up the phone and ask him? There were the details right there. But it got even better. Last weekend, I had told viewers on air that you need to reach out to Bernie Sanders. Why did I say that? Because Bernie Sanders said to reach out to him. Bernie Sanders last weekend said that it is my job to get among the people and hear what they need to say. What was he referring to? You may know of Bernie Sanders as a Democrat, a progressive, or a fan of mittens, but he's also the Senate Democratic chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. What's the Senate Budget Committee do? It goes over the budget bill. What's the budget bill? The recon. The recon is called the Reconciliation Budget Bill. That's his baby. That is his committee, and that is the one he is chairman of. OMG. That's the bill, that's the committee, and that's the guy, and that's the chairman. That's sort of important. Yeah, I think so. So last weekend, he said, prior budget chairmen generally just sort of do their thing and stay in D.C., but I rather get among the people to hear what they have to say. I said, that's a call to action, Purple Power, to pick up the phone and call Bernie Sanders and express your opinion about multiple stimulus checks. Ling Len did, and so did Brother Joshua, who spoke to the staffer, and the staffer said the following. Yes, Bernie Sanders is preparing for a monthly stimulus check provision in the fourth stimulus recon. Yes! Had anyone had the notion to pick up the phone and done this phone call anytime in the last few weeks, rather than running the no, nothing, haven't heard, nothing seen, nothing, you would have had accurate reporting instead of buffoonery reporting by saying there's nothing. I always said there was something. And so now we had confirmation there was something. And in fact, the number one guy on the number one committee on the bill that is for that committee is proposing this. So what are the provisions? The staffer told Brother Joshua, $1,000 to $1,400 a month. Yes, great news. Monthly stimulus check. Yes, great news. Of approximately 3 to 6 months. Oh, that's wonderful, great news. But there was a call to action. In the conversation, the staffer said, but Bernie Sanders only wants to do it if he knows he has the support of you. Purple Power, this is your call to action. You've been doing this before, and you can conquer this one. This one's an easy one. You have changed history with me before. In December of last year, no one was going to give you a stimulus check. I got you the stimulus check. This channel as a family got the stimulus check. No one else can take credit for what we did on history last year. There was a continuing resolution bill, and there was no stimulus in there. And I came up with the idea solely on this channel to put a stimulus check in there. I said, you need to go out, Purple Power, and get that message out. Stimulus check of the CR. I called it CR for stimulus. Social media campaign trended, and suddenly they woke up one morning saying, yes, we're putting stimulus in there. unemployment stimulus. I said, no, it has to be a stimulus check. And then we pushed back again and we got it. We made history. Now it's your opportunity in 2021 to do it again. That was second stimulus. This is fourth stimulus. Your opportunity is upon you to change history by getting the stimulus check in there, by giving the support behind the guy that wants you to have that stimulus check. This is your call to action. How do you do it? Pick up the phone and call, saying, yes, I support you, Bernie Sanders. I'm from Lalate. I'm from Purple Power. I support you with this MSC. Thank you for watching out for the American people. Be professional, be respectful, and be very kind. And there you go. Meantime, who's Calendar Colleen? And when did she start getting dates with Calendar God? If you missed her yesterday, here she is. You didn't calendar it in, did you? Here's Calendar Colleen. It's September. Who is Calendar Colleen? Calendar Colleen loves to tell you what day of the week it is when we're talking about stimulus. It's September. Did you know it's September? Yeah, I did know. Does Nancy Pelosi know it's September? It's September already. Calendar Colleen's contribution to this channel is just to remind us what day it is every single time she speaks. It's September. Did you know they're coming back in September? You know they're voting in September. It's September already. Thank you, Calendar Colleen. I mean, how unhelpful is that for someone to continually tell us it's September? My response is, yeah, next month is October. She just does it every time she has the opportunity. Yes, there's different versions of what she likes to say, Calendar Colleen. Sometimes she likes to say, it's September, and they're back in September, and they're voting in September, and it's early September, it's late September, it's middle September, it's the first week of September, it's that 2nd of September. That's Calendar Colleen. She has everything marked out and calendared for you to remind you, how dare it be September. Well, guess what? Because while she's keeping track of dates, while Calendar Colleen is keeping track of dates. Yesterday, you were asking me, how does she get so many dates? And my response was, she keeps her calendar. So let me introduce to you one of the people she has calendared in for dates. Calendar Con, there he is. Yes, Calendar Con. That is Calendar Con. And he, too, has found her heart in her dates because he calendars dates as well. He only really tracks one date. It's February 14th. He just only calendars one day. But what does Calendar Cod do when he watches an L8 video? He's the guy who says, whatever happened to July? Whatever happened to August? Whatever happened to July? Whatever happened to August? See, they're sort of different. They have different approaches to how to say these things. And that's why they really did find true love in a calendar. They really did find true love in a calendar together. We have two different ways to see things, and Calendar Cod said his way to say things is, whatever happened to July? Does Nancy Pelosi know what happened to July? Does Ron Wyden know what happened to August? It's, whatever happened to July? Whatever happened to August? They passed. They passed, Calendar God. But whatever happened to July? Does anyone care that July just passed? Yeah, well, yeah. I think the department stores do because they're getting ready for the Halloween costumes already. So they're perfect match in calendar land. Calaranda. There's him that says, whatever happened to July? And then there's her that says, it's September. It's September. How dare you? It's September. So, it's just so refreshing that this channel brings people together that find a common interest in a calendar. And if you think that is the end of where we stand with this calendar, it's not. Tomorrow on tomorrow's Afternoons LA, I'll be introducing you to a new personality as well. Her name is Freedom of Speech Frida. Freedom of Speech Frida. She has a lot to say, and her facts may be wrong, but she's Freedom of Speech Frida. Meet her tomorrow because she has a lot of fake facts to say, and that's what freedom of speech is about, saying fake facts as often as you can. So with that, have a beautiful calendar. Pencil me in for on your calendar. Calendar me in, because guess what's coming up next is Overnight's Crypto. Here's the calendar of events coming up later on the show today. I don't want you to miss anything, and if you do, then calendar calling may get it for you scheduled. Coming up next is Evenings Lalate, and then we go into our evenings program like Overnights and Purple. And then tomorrow morning, I'm back with you with more. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Burrow Power Casino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful afternoon, and stay here because the next show is starting in 6 seconds on Lalate.